it works now. All right, so these math proportions. We will treat math just like we did for the forced gravity stuff. We're going to do the proportions just like we did for that, okay? So you should be used to this. The equation is going to be the g equals big G over m over r squared. But like I said, this little g, we don't got to worry about it. All right, it's not going to play a role at all. All right, so that one can be ignored. So it can really just be now the m over r squared. So this should be so easy. It should be even easier than the stuff we did before. You should ace this head puzzle, all right? So just an example one for us to do together. What is the acceleration due to gravity on a planet with double the mass of Earth? So acceleration due to gravity and g, that's the same thing. So if it has double the mass of the Earth, that means that for this m, I'm just going to plug in a 2, all right? If you think of it as starting as like 1 divided by 1 squared equals 1, now what's going to happen when I double the mass? So I plug a 2 in for the mass, 2 over 1 squared. Again, guys, just type stuff into the calculator if you want to get it wrong. Just get a calculator in front of you and type it in. All right, and in this case, since that equals 2, I would say that g would be 2 times bigger than g on the Earth. All right, what if you have a planet with double the radius? All right, double the radius means I'm going to just plug a 2 in for the radius. I want to keep the 1 up top. So I keep the 1 where it was, I plug a 2 in for the radius, and again, this is where you can mess up. 2 squared is 4, so 1 divided by 4 is obviously 1/4. But again, if you want to just put it in the calculator, and you could even give me the decimal answer of 0.25, I guess. We would take that. But that's how you're going to go and do that. All right? So now we're going to do some on our own right here and see if you guys get these right on the Edpuzzle, right? So in this case, solve for how G on these planets would relate to Earth's G, all right, is what you're doing right now. All right, so the first one, a planet with 3 times the mass of the Earth. So again, you're going to have that equation, m over r squared, 1 over 1 squared. And you're going to plug in a 3 on the top where the mass is. So now it's going to be 3 over 1 squared. And the question is coming, what does that equal? All right, the answer is that would be 3 times bigger. And if you got that wrong, look at what I did so you get the next one right. You can just type this into the calculator, and the calculator will say your answer is 3. All right, next one. A planet with 3 times the radius of the Earth. So now we're going to make the top of the equation 1 again. Our mass is going to go back to 1. And we're saying the radius is 3 times that of the Earth. So 3 goes on the bottom, and don't forget it's squared. All right, that answer would be 1/9 of the size. And again, here is how you can see what we did. 3 went on the bottom, that squared became 9, so now it's 1 divided by 9. So that's 9 times smaller, or 1/9 of the size. A planet with a radius 2 times smaller. Be careful, 2 times smaller is saying plug in 1/2. Right, 2 times smaller is saying plug in 1/2 for the radius. Put it into the calculator. And when you put this in the calculator, guys, I recommend you type in 0.5. Don't try to type in 1/2. Type in 0.5, okay, for the radius. What's that going to be? The answer is 4 times bigger, because as the bottom gets smaller, the answer gets bigger. And the last one, oh, I hate that little sign that pops up so much. A planet with double the mass and double the radius. Now you're going to double both in this case. Double the mass and double the radius. So a 2 up top and a 2 on the bottom. But the 2 on the bottom is squared. That answer is going to be 1/2 of the G. All right. So if you have any questions on that, guys, you'll have time in class to sit there and ask questions. We'll do a very quick little practice on this, but this chapter is not about the math. All right. So we'll do a quick practice. Any questions you have, you guys can ask. Have a great day.